Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to World of Warships. Today, I have a US Destroyer Mahan gameplay for you. Don't know why it took me so long to spit that out. It's whatever. But, yeah, as I said, today we're taking a look at a Mahan game that I literally just had. I don't know, I tend to do these just after they happen. But, it's a tier 8 maximum game. As you can see here, it's tier 8 because we have a Megami, they have an Otago. That's literally it. Only tier 8s. Everybody else is tier 7, and there's a few tier 6s thrown here and there. But, well, I don't know, this is just fun. So, in this battle, I get a lot of damage really quickly, and it really doesn't happen until about a third of the way in. So the beginning part is pretty boring, I'm gonna have to tell you. So, just take a look here at the Mahan as I take hold of the free camera to show you its beautiful, beautiful curves. Look at that bow. But the Mahan has, unlike the Benson at tier 8, it does not have hydraulically assisted turrets. All these turrets are supposedly hand crank, but as you can tell, they turn pretty fast for hand cranks. But here we see our friendly Mahan running away after being spotted by those zeros right there. And he dumps torps, which, at the time when he dumped those torps, I was calling him dumb. So, he dumps those, he runs away from B, and you know, everybody saw him probably turn and start going away, so I thought to myself, nobody expected me to be in there, and also, I don't know where those shots just came from. I was thinking, nice now back there, or whatever else is over there. But, so here we see our first target, Hataharu. He pops up and then disappears. And then pops up again after being spotted by our fighters. And he turns in towards these torps, which is smart. But he doesn't know that they're there. So I start. Well, I got seen by him. 7.7 quick detection range. Oh, so now it wants to work. Okay, cool. Hataharu actually eats a torp. If you're wondering about the Euro beats, or the torpedo beats I should say, I have a mod that changes the torpedo alarm sound to be initial D music. It's great. Especially when you actually do clutch and, you know, dodge some torps. But here we go. I was expecting to get half my boat inside the cap circle here and just beach myself and just chill. But that doesn't really seem to work out. So I take a few shots at the Otago. My 3 forward-facing guns, and I spy some other ships over there. They're not a big threat to me. The Mahan comes back in, dumping more torps. Apparently he reloaded in that time. Don't know how. But that Hataharu taking a torp was hilarious. I was thinking about getting some torps on the Otago if he's going to be heading down that channel to the left just there, but that doesn't seem to be the case, so I just hang out in the cap, don't shoot, because once I fire, my detection range goes from 7.7 to 11.5. Though the maximum range on my guns is 11.7, so I have about 200 meters to play with there, which is not very good. Though the Mahan is the first destroyer of the US tech tree to get torpedoes that go past 6.5 kilometers. Upgrade torpedoes on this are 9.2 kilometers. Same on the Benson. And then I think they go up to something higher with the Fletcher and the gearing, but don't quote me on that. I, of course, have not gotten there yet. So I see his Dunkirk coming in. He's heading down the 3 line, or the 4 line, I should say, just in front of me. So I got spotted. He was in my detection, so I thought I might as well shoot at him, see if I can set a fire on him or something like that. Use his repair ability. And you'll see why I want him to use his repair ability here in a second. So I get undetected, he gets undetected by me. I was like, alright, cool, I'll just sit up here and wait for him to come around this corner blindly. Because he probably thinks I'm starting to run away right now. But his fighter comes in, so I have to pop smoke. And I really don't want to do that. Well, I didn't want to. Because he knows that I'm over here now. Which is still not going to help him at all. So, if you look here, I launch one spread behind, one spread forward. That's usually how I launch my Mahan torps, just because they are kind of widespread. So he fires at me, none of them hit, thankfully. So now I know that he's on his reload. which I don't know how long it is on the Dunkirk, but I know it's not short. So he takes 4 of my torps, 3 of them cause flooding, and he instantly uses his repair ability to fix that. And he starts using his damage repair ability to gain some health back, which is not going to help him at all. So I rush him. Mahan has 3 torpedo launchers, 1 amidships that can launch both sides, and 2 on each side. He obviously forgot that I have those torps, or didn't know, and he eats all 4 of them, 2 of them taking him down. So that's my first kill of this game. And my celebratory poi poi in the chat there. It's something I started doing after I, just nuke people like that. And then that dude, poor guy, he turned to avoid them, but he turned into them instead. And, well, I do another celebratory poi here in a second. Yeah, poi x2, because, why not? And, well, to be completely honest with you, that's like the only thing that happens in this battle, so we're just gonna skip ahead a bit here. I was shooting at that Ashigara. He got pretty much wrecked by everybody else. So,
Engine boost activated.
Trying to remember the controls here. Alright, this is like skipping. So we're just gonna skip ahead a bit. Sorry about the roughness, I can't really help that. We spot an Otago going out, so as I just said, screw it, I'm at a range, they're gonna have a really hard time shooting me, and then this Farragut pops up, and it takes me a second for me to get my guns focused on him, but I eventually do. He fires shells at me, none of them hit. I fire shells back, none of them hit. The struggle with American destroyers. Now, American destroyers are really good at close-in knife fights, they are not good at range. Their shells have really low velocities. This Otago shoots at me. I luckily dodge right out of the way. I feel like that shell would have done a lot of damage since I was going top down onto my engine. And I end up catching him on fire, which was always good. So, continuing to put shots at this Otago, I put my torps on widespread and just launch him over there, hoping that he'll hit them. So I keep firing. His secondaries are opening up on me. I did not know that the Otago had that good of a range on his secondaries, and if you saw right there, I just knocked out his torpedo tube, so he has no chance of basically firing torpedoes back at me. I popped my smoke because I'm fearing for that New Mexico and the Farragut over there. The Farragut pops his own smoke, and well, it turns out that Otago actually hit me pretty hard right there. So I put shots towards this Farragut, a couple of them hit, a couple of them miss. And then he disappears. Can't really do anything about that. Meanwhile, I remember those torps I launched at Otago, hoping that he would hit them. Well, he does. He went forward, turned around after seeing a couple more destroyers, turned right back into my torps. And I was thinking to myself, right now, if I had launched 2 spreads instead of just 1, this Farragut probably would have eaten one as well. But it doesn't matter. His engine is knocked out. It does not look like that he has, what's it called? The ability that gives you well, the ability to keep moving even though your engine is dead. Last stand, that's what it's called. So, he does not appear to have that. Either that or he's just done and gave up. So, I know those guys over there are going to finish him off, so I end up just free-kitting him. A few more shells hit him. I think I took out his engine again, probably. And then I noticed this New Mexico coming right around this island here in front of me. So, I slow down, wait for him. I'm not actually targeting that Bayern, by the way. I'm targeting the New Mexico. He hasn't come around the island just yet with his lead indicator. So, waiting for him, backing up. I launch my 2 spreads of torps, and then I start motoring out of here. Because I do not want to be in front of this New Mexico when he gets his guns around here. So, I take a few shots right here, hoping to clear that rock into his superstructure, but that did not happen. Follow my torps in. Looks like he's going to take most, if not all of them. So, I was like, well, he's not really going to be focusing on me. He's got this other battleship behind me to deal with, so he ends up taking 3 of my torps, which only 1 did flooding. That's amazing luck on his part. So, I notice that he just fired, so I start reversing so I can get guns on him. Then I start peppering him with my 127s. All the American destroyers, starting with the Nicholas, have the same guns. They all have these 127mm guns. Just different variants of them, of course. They're pretty good guns, like I stated before. They have really low velocity, so don't expect to be shooting anything at really far ranges accurately. By the way, these are actually the same guns that the Atlanta has, so basically you're a smaller Atlanta with really good torpedoes with the Mahan. So it's nice now it comes over. I was hoping to get another spread of torps off after he had cleared, because I'm not a douche and went launch him in front of him, but it turns out the Nice now torped him himself. Then this Byron dies, and that's the end of the game. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you next time.